Now, is that working? Have I gone live?
What's your Twitch name?
Timka39. I linked it in our Discord.
Still can't see it. Yeah, I still
Yes.
can't see
there you
it.
go.
I've gone live. I've gone live.
There'll be a little bit of delay,
Yeah.
and for you, Tim,
We're live.
that's fine. But
We're live.
Yeah,
we
We're
are
live. We're live.
Yeah.
But you might need to mute your audio.
I've done it. I've done it.
On Twitch. Cool as.
I think we're here.
Who's here, Timka? Who is here today?
We have Juck, because you have just spoken. But we also have the top 10 in the world's best Necromunda player, Andy Davo.
Top 10 in the world Necromunda player. Wow. There is only 8 of us, by the way, but that's nice.
He's easily top 2 presenters on the Davo and Zunk show.
He is, absolutely. Did you know, interesting fact, Andy got to top 7, I believe it was, in the world streamers of Necromunda on day of launch.
Nice. Do you know what? I was really impressed, Andy. I can't remember what I was doing. I was painting, and I logged on. I was going to see. It was long past sort of bedtime, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll see if you've loaded it up." And you were live. I was like, "Yes, awesome!" So that was good. But I don't get to watch a lot of live stuff, but greatly enjoyed that.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was an eye-opening experience.
Eye-opening as it's not the tabletop.
Yeah. So my sort of three sentence review of Necromunda is it's not the tabletop game. If you think it's going to be, you will be bitterly disappointed. As a standalone game for what it actually is, it's all right. It's 5 out of 10, solid game. And what it actually is Mordheim 2 and Necromunda reskin with lots of guns. If they can fix the AI and they can fix the crashes, it will be a solid game. And if you enjoy that sort of thing, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Solid 5 out of 10 for like the best part of 30 quid does not sound like it's particularly tempting in my books, but yeah. Well, we'll see, eh? We'll see. It maybe in the future they'll release DLC for creating a multiplayer league, something like that. Something a bit more of a permanent campaign for everybody to enjoy, kind of like related to the tabletop. But who knows, eh?
Timka, you're doing exactly what I did, which
What's that?
But they might make it towards the tabletop. No. They had no intention of making it anything to do with tabletop and actually making it Necromunda in what I had in my mind. So you did exactly. See, there's the bear trap. So that's exactly why I didn't say we should buy it or shouldn't buy it. I just said, if you want it to be the tabletop game, don't wait for any patches. Just go and wait for them to make a new game called Necromunda, the actual game, and they might actually be close to what you want. But until then, just leave it be. If you want the tabletop game, that game is not for you.
Yeah. No, fair enough. And before I think we dive into the Prem West roundup, I think we need to address the other elephant in the room, which is Davo's absence from the UKBBL. And will that change in BB3 given the changes in streaming policy for UKBBL? Will you be coming back? Let's put him on the spot.
So the reason I left last time was that the streaming policy didn't align with the way that we make content, which is that I want to stream all 11 games from each season and then put them all onto YouTube. 11 days in a row. So you've then got there's a piece of content that people can track from start to finish.
As long as everybody plays within your limited window of times. Sorry, I needed to do that. That's a dig. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Tuesday evening, Saturday morning or evening, and Sunday evening. Yes, they. I have done them from time to time outside that, but you're right. I try not to. And I left because it didn't really fit what I was trying to do, and also my current goal is that before Blood Bowl 3 comes out, I want to have a serious tilt at trying to win Champ Ladder. So I've actually dropped
to do that.
every single league.
This is where I'm joining in, I think. Oh man, Andy. So
Let me finish. We need to
Go
find
on,
out.
go
We
on.
need to know. We need to know.
So,
need to know.
so I have dropped every league apart from one, which is the OCC, and there is a chance that I might actually drop that this season, just so I can get as much game time in as possible to turn up every season with a team that qualifies. Because what was happening was I would play 20 to 25 games with a team in CCL. They would qualify because I'd have a really great win rate, but then they would be bobbins. And then they'd come up against teams who are against good coaches and good teams, and I just get knocked out. So now we're playing 40 games into a team and trying to turn up with a competitive team. So will I come back? Probably not before Blood Bowl 3. In Blood Bowl 3, yes, I will probably reassess what I want to do, and private leagues will be the focus again. So you can expect me back for Blood Bowl 3, yes.
Hey, well, that is some breaking news, isn't it, for our burgeoning little Prem West recap channel? So yeah, good news, Davo. Good news. So I think that is the perfect segue to find out what the frickin' hell has been going on with our division this season, because we're 9 games in. Waldorf's just playing up, finishing up, I should say, like right now. I believe his score was 1-1, but it forced a very early score by the Skaven Tales from the Crib. I think it was like turn 11 or something. So that game could go either way. That said, the league table is nuts, and let's call it up in.
Oh, Andy, this is great. I take it you've obviously experienced all sorts of streaming goodness, right? Now, then we're both admin in the Prem West, which is kind of where this comes from. But we've obviously got the power as we look at the league and the table. We can, I don't know, validate stuff or delete it. So as we get more excited, beware that there's every possibility that too much joy might misclick us to actually end the season. So it's all good.
So I don't know. Where do we start? Start from the top.
I tell you what,
Bosky.
Yeah. Let's go with Bosky.
Yeah, let's go top down and stuff. I mean, look at the points right now as it stands. Andy, I mean, you've been in so many like Prem East, Prem West. Have you seen, looking at the table at this stage in the season, a tighter table than this? Like from top right down to what, 8th, I guess. Everybody has got a chance of qualifying. That's pretty tight.
Top 9 are 2 games away, and there's 3 games left. So yeah, conceivably.
I don't know.
And there's a lot of points at stake. I mean, I guess you got. Actually, saying that, and there's 2 games that have been played, haven't there? So Ant-Man's played, but it's incredibly tight.
It is.
I think
anyone from Timka up this week could win and go above to 15 points and would be in playoffs. So yeah, you're right. Anyone from I think 9th or 10th, where it's 10 points, is in with a shout. But anyone from Timka level up, who's on 13 points, he's properly in with a shout. Yeah. And it will actually come down a lot to who's got who and who's got to play when and what, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
it's very tight.
It is. So, should we kick off with Bosky? He is like habitually getting into the playoffs, but his team has taken a bit of a pasting.
Yeah, this is where this gets interesting, Andy. So there's some even teams. There's some good coaches, some outstanding coaches. So some good teams and some broken teams. But it changes every week. The state of broken teams.
Yeah, and last game, I believe. Well, I think it kind of started. Maybe when he played me a couple of games ago. And there was a bit of a shock result because I was right down at the bottom of the table and played Bosky. It was a brutal match. He lost to Flesh Golem, I think, or certainly, he got a stat bust and then went into the next game with a bit of an undermanned squad. Then he lost one of his best werewolves. Oof, last game. So I don't know. What do you think, Andy? Looking at his squad, he's obviously top of the board. Does he have the tools to push on through?
So this team will. It depends on who he plays, is the answer to that question. So he will do really well against elf teams and any generally strength 3 type teams. What he will get crushed by is if he's got to run into orcs, dwarves, chaos, Nurgle.
He's got
the high strength team.
He's got dwarf.
Probably got orcs, dwarves.
He's got Trum, and he's got Nurgle. Oh,
Dwarf Nurgle.
Dwarf Nurgle, I believe. That's
Dwarf
it.
Nurgle to end up.
He's got elf. He's got elf. He does have Bane's high elf next.
Oh, sorry, I remember looking at the wrong team.
Bane,
yeah, high elf.
Bane's like no pushover though. Oof. He is no pushover.
That he'll be able to put the way to control this team is, and it's obvious, is to control that wolf. Number 2, wolf needs to be controlled. He did have 2 of those, didn't he?
Yeah.
And one just died.
Yeah.
So the reason that the strength teams will actually find this easy is because they'll just guard lock him out. He's only got 4 guard, and so he will be able to he won't be able to set up lots of hits for the wolf. He won't get the removals, and then he's already naturally behind strength because against most teams of that type, we've only got 2 flesh golems and no other strength 4. Everyone else has more strength than him. So if he doesn't get removals to play through that wolf, it's a right problem. He doesn't have any other tricks, which is, I don't know, like an agility 4 wolf or a movement 9 wolf or anything like that.
Yeah.
This is going to be hard work. So there is a possibility, a real possibility, he only picks up 3 points out of the next 9. He's a great coach, so you then got to factor coaching skill in.
Yeah.
But he could only have 3 more points. And if you go back to the table and say, right, well, the top player at the moment only has 3 points, does that open both playoff slots?
I mean, Gruff's, well, do you know what? It probably does. So Gruff's commented in chat. But he does love to foul, so that is a tool. That is potentially the second out. So you got your wolf banging the casualties in. You got fouling, but I think you're right. I think a post from, I don't know, 15 years ago I remember seeing, which is just the best answer really for the guard war. It's like how many guard do I need in my team? The answer is 1 more than your opponent. Now, this team is really in trouble for that. Simple.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, we all know that old Bosky has got some skills, some really good coaching skills. I think he's still going to squeeze a playoff spot. I think he's going to squeeze it. And I think Andy's probably right. 3, maybe.
Tim?
Yeah.
Why don't you do it this way round, right? Say, right, he's got 3 more games left. How many more points do you think he's going to get? I reckon 3 more, and just make a note of them all, and then say your final league table looks like this.
All right.
And then you can say they're the people who will make it. So there's your top 2, and there's the people who might make it.
Yeah.
Juck,
9 points.
If you've got a pen and paper to hand. If not, go get one. But all right. So
how many more points do you think he's going to make? So we can have an Andy Davo final league position, a Timka final league position, and a Juck final league.
I think that's really good. I think that's really good. I'm gonna.
Is it Gruff? Or the other noble?
The bottom dwellers. I'm gonna put money on Bosky picking up 5 points. I reckon 5 points.
Yeah, I say 1 win, 2 draws.
2 draws. Yeah.
5 points. 5 out of 9.
What do you reckon, Andy?
I think he will beat the elves. He will. Let's have a look at the other 2 games he's got to play.
Yeah, in fairness to Andy, Andy's obviously got a really busy schedule, plays in leagues, and is a wonder in CCL. So actually, I know Andy probably does follow Prem West, but not to the level that we sort of poke. In fact, every week I suppose even if we didn't know that, we'd sort of see in the threads like someone died or something, and then we'd be like, oh yes, looking at that game. So we are a little bit ahead of the curve.
That's true. That's very true.
Dwarves might struggle to deal with them a bit. I mean, you've got 5/7 guard, but you've got a lot of niggles or miss next games or something. I don't know. Maybe he gets a draw against the dwarves.
He's got the elf next, though, isn't he? So actually, the run-out order, that's quite important too, because if the Nurgle were next, you could easily get flatlined,
Is it,
but
is it
he can
Grafton?
recover. Yeah, it's Gruffnagel. He's
I
just
think
posted up.
I don't
He
think
says he'll
Gruff
win.
can hold him. Nah, I think Gruff, this team's not good enough. Yeah, this
Really?
team's just not good enough.
Is he?
All right, yeah, he can have 5 points. I think he'll.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's not good enough. It's
I
not good
like
enough.
Gruffy.
No, I don't. It's not good enough. It's too
It's I think, getting onto, before we get in detail onto Gruff's team, I think it suffered from what we found right at the start of the season, that it kind of got promoted very quickly back up into the Prem and didn't quite have the skills. But then again, good player. Okay, so we're going to go for 5 points for old Bosky. 5 points.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, let's move on. Then who we got next? Oh, Ant-Man. So last season's winner of the UKBBL, first time an Orc coach has ever done it. He started off, like as many of us, had a bit of a rough season, but he's powered his way back up again to put himself in contention. And I think his team is relatively unscathed. So where is
In fact, 2 million. That I won't remember. But in the pre-season show, I think he was lower than that. I think he was about 1880. In fact, he's top left. Yeah, on your screen there, Tim. I think he was about 1880, maybe even 1780, because actually his team played a claw plumber in the final. But he had all the core stuff you need without too much bloat. So actually, if anything, he's picked up rating.
No, he's definitely got some stats.
Look, a couple of AG. I mean, that's sexy moves, isn't it? For
Yeah,
Orcs? So what you got guards? He's got 5. So that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 guards. So that's enough to punch with most teams. Actually, 2 are on the Black Orcs as well. I like that. I prefer the guard on the Black Orcs.
A couple of great Black Orcs there.
Yeah.
Oh, what
movement? So he's got no. So he's a no-runner Orc player, isn't he? In fact, he's one of those players that may transition to BB3 very well, where some people will tell you it's all about passing. And look at his team and go, oh, not very good.
Well, he's got a lovely AG4 blitzer, hasn't he? That is a great little runner, but
he's got blocked on the move.
But he doesn't have a killer.
Well, I don't know. Does he not? See. In fact, the esteemed Andy Davo that's joined us for this stream. So Andy would look at player 7. Right, he's got movement, mighty blow. There's a hint. Frenzy and dodge. So it can dodge in to make serves. It can kind of free itself to do a cheeky play that you wouldn't be so tempted with, and the movement. So I think the movement really helps for the frenzy piece.
Yeah.
So actually, to me, that's if I played against Andy, that's his killer. Do you not agree, Andy?
It's about straight up damage output. So he's a great player. Don't get me wrong, right? I do agree he's a fine player, but what Timka's alluding to is he doesn't have any piling on, because the mighty blow, the piling on takes your damage output up to the next level, and he is really shy of piling on.
Yeah.
For me, how would I build this? Well, I'd fix this because I'd take number 8 and he's at 28 points. He scores a touchdown next game. He gets piling on. All the blitzes go through him, and then we get him to tackle. But he really, really needs. I think you actually need 2 piling on blitzes in Orcs.
Yeah.
You've got to, because one piles on the next turn, the other one does it, and so on.
Yeah.
So you've always got
I'd agree there. I mean, people that's really, really good in fumble actually they argue to hit with the Black Orcs. So Malmir, I think he even lives around you, doesn't he? Something like that. But he's a real fan of actually hitting to the pain on the Black Orcs. But saying that, the fumble comparison is quite hard because they don't use the same rule set now. But curiously, but I agree in essence. You want to pile on your, but they're saying that if they're all piling on, then your mass guard is on the floor, isn't it? So you don't want to play an Orc team on the deck. You need your guard and your strength. But I guess I would aim for 2 pile on. I think. But I can see him beating. I could basically see this team still could beat pretty much any team. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah. So let's see what old Ant-Man's got left in the season. So he's played his match day 9 game,
Scave.
and convincingly.
Yellow.
Oh, a result in. Waldorf won. Waldorf won.
Yeah, I saw that in chat. I was like, we were talking about that in the Mo.
Okay, so what's Ant-Man got? Left. Can't see him. All right. Oh, he's got me next.
Sure.
He's got me. Then he goes into the killer Nurgle. Ooh, that's a hard out for the season. That is a hard out.
Hey, cool night, by the way. Hello. Greetings. One of the non-Prem West actual player industry. I see. Yeah. So, how many points then, Timka? Oh, so I'll go first because it's against you.
Yeah. Go on then.
So that is a toughie. Do you know what? That is a coin toss because I think he's good enough to beat you, but your team is equally good enough to have a good, first 2 or 3 turns, and it'd just be flat out not a game. So I reckon someone will win it. I don't reckon it'll be a draw, but I don't know. Do you know what? I might favour you for that. Do you know what I reckon? So I reckon that if Tim gets the ball, well, the choice to fight first and slaps it out, it could easily not be an event. That'd be like a 2-1 score or something. But
All right, so go on then, Joe. Give it a score.
no points against Tim, and then the following week, what's the last one? I've instantly. The Nurgle, wasn't it?
You're going to go through all 3.
It'd be 6. It would be 3 points out of his remaining 6. So I think he'll lose to Tim, and beat the Nurgle.
He's got which Nurgle's he playing last? It's the killer Nurgle, isn't it? Which kind of bashed up.
You see.
I think it's the cultists. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the cultists.
Yeah, Black Mat it is. Yeah. Black Mat cultists.
Oh. What match day is that?
Last. That's
Last,
so he plays me, then he plays the cultists.
Which is a shocking run out for the finals, really, in it as well.
Yeah.
Saying that, they're not that painful. I don't know. AG5. I think he'll beat him. I think he'll beat him on skill, and his team's a bit better. So yeah, I'd favour Ant-Man in that, but it's not a given.
So what we're giving Ant-Man 3 points.
3 out of 6.
Go on then. Okay. All right, we give him 3 out of 6. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Okay. All right. So moving on to Max and Tales from the Crib. Now he has just lost, so maybe Juck, you can update the league table on the forums.
Yeah. I thought we've done that.
No, he's literally just finished. So he's literally just finished against Waldorf.
Yeah.
So that is a dent. That is a real dent for the Skaven getting through to the playoffs. And where's his team? There we go. Okay. All right. I mean, I would be really interested on your views on Andy on Max Damage's team. Tales from the Crib.
Yep. So he's got 2 movement 10 gutter runners. So how would I take the level up? Well, I'd take sprint on the next one and give myself literally 2 1-turners, because 1 dies, it doesn't matter now. You've got redundancy. 1 gets KO'd, doesn't matter, you've got another one. And
you can even have a throw a rock. No one gets rocked. Don't care.
Yeah. And then the other thing he's got this super killer. So he's got the ability to remove players, but he's also got the ability to equalise the score up at any time. This is probably the hardest team to play in all of Prem West, because you can't beat it. I would be looking for him to play at super low team value. I'm not really convinced that number 5, Gutter Runner, really actually adds very much value. I would much rather play with a wizard here than that Gutter Runner.
Or
go and optimise.
Throw got leader.
Yeah, or go and optimise number 7 and the reroll counter. Play with 1 reroll and leader.
I'd definitely drop a reroll, maybe 2, because I think you could squeeze. But I mean, like some games, you're just hanging out for one turn, aren't you? Like literally get hammered, yeah, whatever. Hammer the
He's-
loners, fine.
Yeah, he's also playing with 12 players. Do you need to play with 12 players? I don't know. You could knock 200 TV off this just by clicking your fingers together.
Yep.
So, and that take you to 1550. I haven't looked at the rest of the team values in the league, but if you were 1550, are you guaranteeing a wizard? Probably.
Yeah.
And that's keeping number 5.
Yeah.
In which case you've then got leapy and agility 5. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Score a defensive touchdown. They score back. You score a 1-turner. You score another 1-turner. It's 3-1, and then you get given the ball back. Now what? What do you do now?
Yeah, I'd agree with you on that one, Andy. I think. I mean, obviously didn't watch the whole match against Waldorf, but Waldorf had the wizard in his pocket for the game. And I was thinking, oh no, that doesn't feel right for this Skaven team playing against a wizard. Yeah, I would play change your squad so you're always going to have a wizard in your pocket, no matter who you play, and getting rid of that gut runner. What's it, number 5 you're talking about? Yeah.
The AG. AG's useful on D, but
I'd get rid of if it was my team. I'd go 2 rerolls gone. Boom.
Yeah.
And that's 140 TV. And I go and then look at the team value in the league, and then decide whether I need 12 players or not.
Yeah.
If I don't, because 12. The point of having a bench with Skaven is that you've always got 11 players on the field. You'd need 14 or 15 in this league to do that.
Yeah.
So 12 is no real benefit versus 11. You may as well play with 11.
Yeah, Core Knight was suggesting the stadium. So let's have a look at his remaining games.
So he's
that's
got
a
the cultists next.
scary min-max team, isn't it? Potentially.
Cultists, then final game of the season.
Winnable, probably.
Probably, I would say. Yeah. Then he's got Bane. Oh, that should be a high-scoring game. So
that's a cool end game.
That's a cool end game. Man, that's tough though. That's tough.
Actually, maybe Andy needs to look at Bane's team if he's not to call that. So I reckon. Okay, so the game before, I think he'll beat the Nurgle because literally any mistake, any slip on the ball, and the Skaven can do that.
Yep.
So that's a really tough game for the Nurgle to win. The latter game against Bane, that's just going to be a shootout, isn't it? It's going to be some crazy 3-4 game. I mean, Bane's not sort of a team that can't keep up the scores. Actually, it's always helpful, isn't it? High elves get the cheeky extra thrower skills in that sort of match off, in that kind of mirror match. But actually, the thrower starts to shine a little bit more than usual.
I think the one turner will
but then
seal
Bane
it.
can one turn.
Yeah,
but Bane can...
not naturally. So I
think
think
the Skave ain't turning up with 3 stand firmers, are they?
That's true. That is true. I think on balance though, Max. It's going to be a draw against Bane. I reckon. I'm thinking.
Stupid score, wouldn't it?
Max is going to get 4 points out of his last matches. What do you reckon?
What do you think?
I could probably go with that. Yeah, 4 out of 6. Yeah, I reckon a draw against Bane, it would be just a retarded fun scoreline.
It's going to be good.
Crazy. Yeah, but it would be difficult for someone to edge it, I reckon.
Yeah.
So yeah, drawing that one, beat the Nurgle. That's 4.
4 points.
Actually, I'm not convinced, by the way, that when we come up with this, it all could go to goal difference. So let's not sweat over that if it does. If we've got everybody joint top.
Okay, 4 points for Max then. All right. Nice work, Max. Now we're moving on to Bane. So another team that has been suffering a bit on the old injuries this season, and I've got a feeling maybe 1 or 2 of these, maybe a death or something for a lineman. Things started
that
to
does not look like the team I saw last.
No, he's been taking the odd one here and there, but I seem to recall he ran up against Machorf, and then it was like, oh, okay, maybe the next game's going to be tough, and I think that's the way that it's gone with Bane. But his team is, well, I mean, it's all there, but There's a lot of red on that team now.
Yeah, it's almost a precious team of brown players, isn't it?
What do you reckon of the
Precious
team, Andy? Because
No.
you are superb elf coach, and you can play through injuries. But he's got a lot. What do you think?
So I played in OCC and won OCC twice back to back with High Elves, and the way I did it was that I kept the team free from injuries broadly. Armor is straight up no, it's gone. Agility was a straight up get rid of it. You can keep some move busts. So again, I do the same thing with the Skaven, which is actually the way your plan B here. I've got basically a natural one turner, not quite. I've got the tools to really get the maximum out of a wizard, and I've got a sniper in number 9. So cut the team back, go and fix it. Do I want to be playing with 4 rerolls effectively? Probably not. Do I need a cheerleader and coach? No. So there's 70k of just straight away, and then bin off number 6, number 7. Both of them are toast. Number 8, maybe we have to think about that. And play with a wizard instead. And you've got ball sacker, you've got agility 5, you've got wizard. You could win some games here. This is not, it's fixable, but I don't like it in its current form at all.
Yeah.
The difference here, in fact, some of the younger players that are only in their 50s in the league may not know. And Andy once played elves also in UKBBL. So there is a difference, though, isn't there, of the continuity of keeping an elf team in the top division from having a one-off. Well, I reckon so. I'm going to argue there's a difference between having a one-off shot at that's it. I'm going to go for the title now, or I'm just going to get to the Prem, and the team will be up there for many seasons.
Yep. It's all about keeping the players cycled. Wardorf's just in chat there. Binning 6 and 7 loses the guard, and he loses the guard well. I'm sure he does. So I'm talking about fundamentally changing the strategy of how to play this team. Yes, it fits into my strategy, but if I was playing against this team, 6 and 7 are my first 2 players on my hit list. Why? Because they're dead easy to get rid of, and they contain a lot of value.
Yeah.
So you can't keep them, and you can't keep them in tier 1. If this was tier 4, when you're playing against lower standard players and you're playing against lower developed teams, sure, they can stay. Not in Premiership.
Yeah.
Not if you want to win it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. So some interesting team development advice there for Bane. May wish to choose or not to take that. Who's he got on his last matches?
He's got Max. He's got one of the games against Max, who potentially could equally shave down, and he's still in that time. If Max shaves his Skaven, the Alphas still be above that. Loads elves. Loads
okay.
Of teams.
So
they've got a very easy to call game of Zoom and Force.
I mean, God, that's Bosky. So he's got
2 or 3.
Yeah,
not a chance.
Bosky's gonna turn him over, I reckon. Bosky will turn him
3-0, 2-0, 4-0. I mean,
I think that's going to be a game of violence. That one. I'd give that one to Bosky.
Cornite in chat, Cornite's asking, does he need 3 guard as elf? So there is the argument that actually, if he rocked up with 4 guard, he can do Bosky easily because then he's got more guard. So I don't know. I don't dislike the guard, but
you can't. Yeah, you can't do Bosky easily.
It's not the strong suit of elf.
No, it's not gonna.
to kill.
Yeah, I give that one to Bosky. Then this is where it gets interesting. He's bouncing into old the multi-ball, which are our other Necro team, Mr. MC Hammer. But oh my days, I feel so bad for MC. His team has been put through the absolute ringer. So I'm going to give that one to Bane. So I'll give him 3 points in that one. And then right at the end, of course, we said draw, didn't we, against the Skaven? So what have we? How many points is that?
So just 3.
4 points.
4
points.
4 out of 6.
4 out of 9, Juck. 4 out of 9.
Oh, sorry, for 9. Yeah.
4 out of 9.
Yeah.
Woo. This makes it so tight. Right. Okay. So swiftly moving on then. Tapestry.
No. I'll tell you what. Oh, you can see. We've not rehearsed this, Andy. So sometimes we think this through. If we'd have thought about it, there's an obvious link between the Skaven with 7 men and Tap's team. And it's not just the fact they've got tails.
Oh my god! Right. So
I'm going to
all
need a
of
lot
us.
of time here to look at his team on screen.
Where do we start? Andy, over to you.
All right, so this team is interesting, and it's taking the meta in a different direction.
It really is.
Because what he's got there is one skink. You only need one skink to carry the ball. The others are irrelevant because they're just cannon fodder. However, what he's actually playing with, if you look at this roster a little bit on deeply, he's actually playing with 8 Saurus, 4 guard, and most of them have got block because you'll induce Sibley straight away.
Yeah.
You're then also playing with a wizard, probably. Because for only... So about 1700 TV, you're playing with all that block guard and a wizard. Actually, that's no joke. That's not difficult to... That's not difficult to beat. That's actually quite challenging to play around. And if you're playing super uphill, is Morg available? I mean, what are the strength?
Yeah, in fact, BB3, because I do loads more tabletop and the modern rule set. There's another Croxy star they've added. I think this team would be frightening in BB3 for inducements because there's at least Morg's viable for 430. It's freaking expensive. But he'd still turn up.
Yeah.
340 in BB3.
Yeah, Silly Billy's really good value. Silly Billy plus another star, another meaty star. This team's hideous to play against. It's like 9 strength players. Yeah, that's right. Zokel. Yeah.
He needs guard on the Crocs. That actually is a real shame. I'm assuming Crocs died. And didn't he used to have a strength 5 or strength 6 Saurus? Or 2 of them actually.
I'm sure he's had a lot that's gone around in this team.
I think it was last season or maybe two ago. It retired. Yeah, it maxed out its games.
Because I think I don't like the armor busts on the 2 Saurus. They do bother me. Because the point of this is you have a strength 4 wall of armor 9.
Yeah.
Well, it's a strength 4 wall of armor 9 and some 8. It doesn't work as well. But I don't think this is easy to play around. And depending on what he's going to go and play into, it needs more guard. Is what this thing needs to make this work properly. It needs more guard.
Yeah. 1 or 2 more guard. Oh.
See, the thing, interestingly, the key I think that he's missing at the moment to make this an absolute, a team that can do anyone is a Mighty Blade because he's got enough block. He's got 5 out of his 6 block. 7 out of 7 block dice he can roll a turn. 5 of which have got block, right? So he can just roll dice brainlessly. But the thing that you kind of want to attack with, he really desperately needs a Mighty Blow, probably, to be idiot. Yeah, if you played like an idiot, you'd Mighty Blow and break tackle. Then every turn you can at least attempt to hit something and punch it. So I think that's a bit lacking. I mean, you can use the Crocs, but you need to be men up to be 3D with the Crocs. So I don't think the Crocs is ever going to be your lead blitzer. But sure, when it's 5 men on 6 or something, then why not?
Yeah, I think it's kind of a bit of a moot point, isn't it? Because his players have been cycled around so many times now. So saying that he doesn't have a Mighty Blow is like, he doesn't have a lot on this team. But taking it right back to Andy's point, don't underestimate this squad because of the amount of inducements. I've certainly come a cropper against it. He turned me over quite handsomely. And my squad, I went into that match really thinking that I got 3 points in the bag. Absolutely nailed me. And Tap's a great player as well, so he knows how to use these inducements. So, yeah.
The rule set suits him with the 4 minutes.
Really does. What, the 8-minute turns, is it?
Sorry, Tap.
Sorry, Tap. All right, let's look at Tap's run out because
his first game in the run out is the bottom dwellers.
Can we put those on the screen for a second?
The bottom dwellers, yeah.
This is that team I didn't like very much,
Actually,
right?
Tap will also be at home for this game, so I think he gets 100k of 3 stars. I think he's got that. I'm sure he must. If he hasn't, he definitely want to buy that. I'm even sure he must.
What's the level up Pestigo, Gruff? It doesn't matter massively, but I'm just curious.
Come on, Gruff.
AV.
Unless it's strength, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's a
DP.
normal.
It's a
Yeah.
Normal.
I
DP.
don't know what you think. So Gruff's win condition is to push as much damage through 3 and 4 as possible. And if it fires, great, he'll do all right. If it doesn't fire, Tap will turn him over.
Yeah.
And I think you've got to. I think it's a 60-40 Tap victory there because of the star players. Because Gruff could well find himself getting swamped, and he's got to play around the wizard.
Yep.
So I don't think this is as straightforward. If Gruff had Mighty Blade piling on claw thing, then I would go back the other way, and I think actually he should be all right, but he doesn't. So I think Tap wins that for me.
Interesting. So it's 3 points on the board there. Match day 10. There they are.
Can I just grab your two's predictions? What do you two think for that game?
I'm going to go with you, Andy. I'm going to go with you.
I think
Right.
as well. I reckon, although he's in the stream, so maybe he knows better. I think Tap does a fair number of tricks on people. He's a bit of a wizard, so I definitely think he'll get points from that game. I think he'll get 3 points just because his team is much. He plays better than the team looks on paper.
Okay.
So 3
Match
points
day
there. 10. Human. Hugh, the bane of my life.
Is it at home or away?
He's away.
So Human gets a whiz at home.
No. Oh yes, you're right. You're right. Yeah, he's got the.
So one of the key things to say that Tap might, get as an extra doesn't count against Hugh. Hugh's no fool.
Can we see Hugh's team, please?
Yep.
They've really grown, actually. I'd love to see our end of season show because they were something like, I don't know, 17, 1800 last season, or maybe the season before. They didn't have loads of stuff, but my God, they just turned up this season, proper beefed up. They've been on protein shakes in the postseason, I'll tell you.
Doesn't have a piling on player.
No.
He's like 20. He's only 22k. That's the highest rated team in the.
I'm still going to give this one to Tap. I'm going to give it to Tap for me anyway.
Close win or big win?
A close win. I think this is a 2-1.
I'm going to go Hugh 3-1 win. So that's no points for Tap.
What?
Okay.
Hey. All right. So a bit of a tie on that one. So let's get back to the schedule. Then final game. Tap has got. Where are they?
Bloodweiser multi-ball.
Multiple.
Yeah.
They're wrecked, aren't they?
Yeah, they're wrecked. So.
As is Tap.
It's
No
Tap.
inducements.
Yeah, now no inducements is a thing. Can we put Bloodweiser multi-ball on the team? Because Tap's thing is he's got wizards and stuff. Now you're going to potentially deny that?
Actually, that's a good point. Actually, that's the first thing you said, Andy, with the extra silly Billy and meat, but that doesn't apply in the last game. He's actually got to play fairly. No extra toys.
What?
Ooh.
Poor old Max. Max has done brilliant hanging in there. I didn't realise how bad his team was, man. There's nothing left.
With a capital F. Okay, Tap's having that one.
He ain't got any zombies.
Yeah.
Oh, he's lost his whites. No way. So mind you, that's probably a missed game. Oh, man.
Do you know what? The only thing here is that Tap has got no tackle, and if he runs the ball on a blodging werewolf, that's like, oh no, what do I do with that?
Yeah. Still got to get through the golems and all. It's not idiot proof.
He's got enough strength for, hasn't he? So.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
going
then,
to give
score
Tap.
defense.
I'm going to give Tap that one as well. I'm going to give Tap.
All three. You've given him all three.
No, I can't. Oh my God! That just.
Right, so
I'm going to give him 7 points. No.
I'm saying 6 out of 9 because I reckon he will edge the Necro. In fact, poor old Necro, I suspect, having had a season like that myself, I think my appetite for playing the last game would be a bit dropped. Like, yeah, whatever.
Well, look,
I'm looking forward to re-rolling.
I think we've gone from some extremes here. We've got Davo all 3, you 6, Juck, and I'm going to go for 7. Let's peg it in the middle. Let's give him 7 points.
7 points.
Yeah, 7 points. and
All right.
see where that lands.
I don't think we sit on the fence though, do we? We either choose.
No, we are going to give him 7 points. We're not
Looks
sitting
like
on
the
the
new
fence.
host sits on the fence. It's fair enough. It's a change in tact.
Oh.
If he gets 8 points, he wins the division. If he gets my point prediction, he wins the division. Just saying. If he
I'm
gets
putting
7
him on
points, he's
9.
currently second.
I'm saying max points.
I
So
thought you were
clearly
6,
looks like-
Juck.
No, I think you'll get all 3 games.
You get all 3 games.
Hmm.
All right. I mean, like, let the majority call it then. Let's give him the 9 points at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, give him the 9 points.
Okay, number 1's your team next, Tim.
Oh no, we got Waldorf. Waldorf.
Are we doing Waldorf next, are we?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. It's because your
He's-
table's updated.
He literally just played.
Yeah.
Got his points. Where is the squad? I hate this squad so much. I just cannot even describe how much I hate Waldorf's team. It's like he's resurrected elves with his dice.
His the other team was the same, wasn't he? I remember last time I played quite a lot in UKBBL. He was Camry and then Custov. He's resurrected his team. He's made a spell. I thought you weren't allowed. It's such a cheat. You weren't allowed to have the same team in the UK team. He has. He's just fleet.
Well, I mean,
again.
it's his willingness to throw caution to the wind, and it works for him. It absolutely works for him. So, David, what do you think about Waldorf's team? Like, bearing in mind, Waldorf has gone promotion. So, we started off by saying, like, should Waldorf actually be in this division? Maybe he needed like 1 more season below, but obviously proved everybody wrong. It got 3 points off of me straight away. What do you think of his team?
There's quite a lot to say about this team. So, first of all, player 1, it's got break tackle. Of course it has. It's one of Waldorf's players. It's got to have break tackle. I'm a bit surprised about the Juggernaut rather than guard, because I've played 2 runs of Khemri and CCL, and in one I went Mighty Blow first on Tomb Guardians, and one I went guard first on Tomb Guardians. The guard first Tomb Guardians absolutely swipe the floor with people.
So good.
It's so strong. And then I put guard on the Blitz Ras, and I got guard on a Throw Ra, and with 7 guard, people just went, "What the hell do I do against this?" And just crumpled. So for me, the first thing I see is 1 guard, which is very weak for a team that relies so heavily on control. It doesn't have a core control skill, guard. So I think it's going to struggle, and I suspect that the results this season are probably borne out a little bit on that.
Yeah.
The Juggernaut dude will get to 76, and at that point, he absolutely has to take guard. I also surprised stand firm on number 2 rather than break tackle, because that's how Waldorf plays this team. He's very optimistic and tries to do stuff and tries to get the most out of the team. And I'm surprised, Waldorf. I'm very surprised at some of your skill choices. 3 and 4, cool, they're dead. Oh look, they're dead. But they both need to take guard at 6 points, and then the team will be quite effective. And then we move on to something really exciting, which is that Blitz Ra. Movement 8, Throw Ra. Movement 8, Throw Ra. Wow. He's got almost a natural one-turning ability.
It's 2, doesn't it?
It's ridiculous.
That's Fend, isn't it, the last one?
It is Fend, yeah. It's got Blodge. It's pretty good. It's a good player. What he lacks, I think, is an agility increase. The other Throw Ra is Strength 4 and is effectively a pseudo Blitz Ra, which is great. Or against some of the stronger teams, can be hold this. Now you've got the ball on a Strength 4 player. That's quite fun. And then we move back into the weaknesses again. So 7 and 8 both have only got 1 skill. You need a Mighty Blow Pyleon and you need a Mighty Blow Tackle. They're both getting in that direction, but they need more love and attention. Presumably, he's had to cycle them both at least once, because you don't get to Premiership looking like that. Then we get to 2 Wrestle Tackle Skellies, which are both bloaty for me. I'd get rid of both of them and have 2 rookies, which should save me another 80 TV, which would be better off on a Bribe or on a Wizard, or I don't know, just not that. And then you can get the most out of number 11. Again, I think this team needs a little bit of trimming and pruning to get the most out of what you've got here. It's like a bush that's gone a little bit wild. It's all right. What stadium enhancement we got here?
It's a club.
Maybe
Magic Dome.
say star.
Dome.
Oh no.
Okay, it's standard.
Oh
isn't it?
yeah.
It's sensible.
I guess
Very sensible. Very sensible.
Well,
So-
do you care about the weather with this team?
He's got to pick up the bill, hasn't he?
Yeah, you do.
Mm,
I think actually though, on balance, I found that the Riot Stadium was worse because if your opponent got 2 turns against me as Kemri, I probably did concede. Probably. So the Wizards, that stadium's fine. It's a toss-up, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's personal preference. They're both fine.
Yeah.
So-
See, the thing I really like about the team, the thing that I think is brilliant, right? Because I really enjoyed Kemri. So a long time ago, I remember playing against him. He was really rough. He was a real fighter, right? And just out of irritation for his fighting style, I got a Kemri team, right? And it was brilliant fun. I played it, and I mirrored the same online. But I found that unless you got block on your bloody Guardians, at some point they just lose all their power at sort of high level. You need some block Guardians. Actually, Waldorf's he's got quite a lot of good stats. I think in terms of continuity of a long-term team, he's got 2 awesome Blitzrars with stats, and he's just got Guardians with block with double. So
Throw
I think
Raz.
the team's. Oh, so Raz, yeah. Sorry, throw Raz, yeah. I think the team's kind of cool, but I would have gone all guard mass.
So
Definitely, sure.
where's he going to land then? So he's got Gruff next.
We don't understand how he wins games, do we?
Gruff, then... Well, I do now. I've played him twice. I think he's beaten me. Gruff, then Hugh. The Hugh Met?
Right.
Hugh.
Hughes 11.
Yeah,
Which match day are we going to go through first? 10?
10.
Right. I think so. Bottom dwellers versus the Cardinals. I think it's just the game that the Kemri really hate, and I think you've got to give it to bottom dwellers.
Yeah.
Sorry, Waldorf. I know you're in chat, but I don't see how you beat that. That is one of your kryptonite teams. I mean, we played, and I just slain you. It was, it's not a great matchup.
Bogey team.
No, it's not a good matchup. Yeah, he's got no thing to counter them and everything against.
But I do think he'll win a match day 11. I think he loses match day 10 and he wins match day 11. For
So
me.
we're giving him 3 points. I think we're all agreed on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Right, 3 points.
3. Don't know about the last game, but I'm tempted more to draw the last one. But we'll go with 3.
Go with
Certainly,
3. Go with
3
3.
out of 6.
Okay. All right.
What do you two think the score will be in the last match day 11 then?
Maybe a silly blowout. Is it at home for the humans? That's sort of also critical. Whether they
Yes,
get the
it is home for humans. Yes.
dumb.
What do you think the humans will have him?
Yeah, because the Kemri are just so
So
weak
no
against
points then,
Wizards.
Chuck.
No points. Yeah.
No, it'd be.
1-1?
No, lose to Nurgle. Yeah, lose to Nurgle. I think he'll lose to humans.
So
Okay.
no points.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
That clearly ain't great for relegation. Use no points.
I
That's
don't
not
know.
true.
I mean, he's got enough. He's got enough
Draw?
to stay up. I think Waldorf's going to get 3 points by the end of the
3 points.
season. Yeah, but
All right,
Okay.
we'll go with 3.
All right. Well, by the way, I've been logging this on a spreadsheet of my own.
Excellent.
So I've put in all the scores. That's why I'm asking you all for some scores. So there's a couple I've been missing, which I'll ask you to go back over, and I'll be able to create 3 league tables for you, and I'll post it.
amazing.
This is what it is for me, for you, and blah. All right.
Okay. Right. Let's move on. Because I'm guessing you need to stream soon, Davo.
No,
So-
it's all right. I've got a coaching session to do in a bit, but then that's not for a few hours yet.
Okay. Cool. Right.
Coaching league management. If it is, we're done already.
Right. Moving on. Oh
Okay, then.
God.
Number ones, eh?
The most
Oh, well,
hit
it's a
and
good
miss
job.
team in the
See,
league.
I reckon a good stream has always got. In fact, we know this from radio, right? It's supposed to swap voices every 90 seconds. It gets boring. You got to hand over here, Tim. It's nothing to do with Tim for a while. Your team is beastly. It's 2.2 million of meat, man. Look at it. Look at Andy. It's all the guard. I mean, how many fucking pylon you got? Is that 4? 3 pylon. I mean, I would not want to play this with, I don't know, most of my teams. Is there any? Well, there's definite weaknesses. So you've got one runner, you've got one hobbo runner, which is pretty good. He's got the AG. That's pretty, that's pretty gold standard for a hobbo. But it's nothing else. So in fact, it's probably one of the most irksome teams, isn't it, Andy? You get throw a rock. Imagine this turning up to finals. Throw a rock. Yeah, bang. It's my runner dead. Yeah, brilliant. Right.
Oh.
You got.
Isn't that why he's got number 14? I don't know why he got number 14.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, 14.
It's a good foil. Or if you're playing against a wizard, 14 picks up the ball. Number 9 just lurks somewhere nearby. Zap. I don't care about him. You zapped the wrong dude. I think that combo works quite nicely. Then you've got the guard wall, and he's starting to develop some guard. Both of those, both the bull centaurs have got guard, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other guard. It's 7 guard on that team.
That's not easy, is it? I mean, you got to be a pretty strong team to want to easily outmuscle this beef.
Yeah, and there's a claw bomb in there as well for damage output. I think that team's kind of what I'd want. There's not much in it that I don't like. The move bust bull's annoying, but you play around it a little bit. It's good.
It's almost gold standard, isn't it? The only thing I guess I don't like, but I could easily play it, is that both guard on the centaurs. I don't know if I really like it, but it's just brilliant to have more guard, so why not? So I'd probably want tackle, mighty blow, cool stuff, but
they'll get there. I think they're both going to level soon. Timka just needs to score on them. He needs to man up
so this team, this team can definitely beat players. The elf games are the most tricksy, aren't they? Though they're probably there.
So this match day, he's got black metal cultists. Tim, do you want to just pull them on the board for a sec?
Yeah.
The cultists they're not much of an AG team, are they?
Cultists. This is going to be a fun game. Oh my god. Where are we? Cultists.
Yeah, Core Knight thinks it's almost the perfect team. Yeah, it's pretty good. It is indeed a tough div if this is not a leading team.
Oh my god, you walked through that team. Oh dear. 2-0. Juck, what do you think?
A bit of a giveaway, you said it. Yeah, it's not enough guard. I suspect. What we got claw-wise? We got
1 guard versus 7 guard. 1 versus 7.
It's probably. I don't think you give away loads of inducements, so you give away points. But yeah, I think it gets steamrolled. You turn up with like this star. You can't get 2, can you? If you could get 2, if you could get Grashnak and Borak,
but you just roll them and they get casualties and they don't come back.
Yeah.
Star players at high TV are not great, I don't think. Not against high claw anyway. Nah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's your vote. Go on, what do you think?
Yeah, that's just rolled. That's just 3 points for Chaos Dwarf, that one, I think.
Tim, let's have your vote just for rounding it out.
I feel a bit bad. I don't think I'm going to comment. To be honest with you,
I need for completionist's sake. We need all the votes.
You say draw then, Tim. If you don't want to comment, just say all draws.
I think of all the teams that I have least trouble with, the teams that have to stand up against me, and there's a couple of things you didn't point out in your valuation of the squad, and they are my strength chorf. So strength 1, strength 4, 1 strength 5 chorf, and they are a pig-in nightmare. So yeah, I'm going to fancy my chances on this one because he has to man up against me. That's like my bread and butter when everybody kind of comes in for me. So yeah, I hope to get some points on that one.
All right, next up then you've got round 10. You've got Yellowtooth Orcs, Ant-Man. Now Orcs, as I play Orcs in OCC at the moment, I'm playing against lots of Claw, Mighty Blow, Palm. It's my most troublesome matchup. I'm going to give this one to you, Tim, I'm afraid. This one is another slam dunk for me at 2-0. Juck, what do you think?
Slam dunk. Oh, that's brave. I can see him out bashing them because they've got just probably teeny bit more guard.
Cool.
A bloody game.
And by Timka's own admission, they're the games that he actually does well in. So I think I'm taking you claiming a 2-0, even if you might deny it. So round 11. There's nothing to say on that one. It's done. Next.
God, it's so not going to go that way. Then I've got Trum, the mighty Trum.
Oh, dwarf.
We haven't reviewed him yet, but Trum, he
not been in any of the lineup so far, but fair enough. I guess he's playing whoever's left.
Yeah. Trum has got two
bit long.
runners that are absolutely incredible. He turned me over last time. I've turned him over before. I think this is going to be, a toss a coin sort of game. He's got the guard. I'm going to give this one to Trum, to be honest with you. I'm going to give it to Trum.
All right. What do you think?
It's got a lot of inducements too. There's a million guard. Do you know what?
Well,
That's
he's got
turning up with
three.
like a death roll or something.
He's got three
I'll get
players
through.
that are a miss next game. So that's why he's
Oh, yeah,
low
no, but
TV.
Oh, no, it'll be a few games away, won't it? If you're one
Yeah,
against
so
him.
they'll all be back. So
Yeah. So he'll be turning up with 7 guard.
It's another 400.
I reckon the draw.
Yeah.
I reckon that isn't. I can see it being
Draw.
a bit grindy, and without a bit of luck somewhere, it could easily be two long drives, and that's it. 1-1. No one wins. So
All right.
7 points for me.
Okay, I've gone
7
for
out
another
of
bit.
9.
I've gone for another Timka win
whoa.
because it's another matchup that suits you. They are the sorts of matchups you should win. What is different about this matchup versus the other two is that if Tromstone does get a wizard, he's got the ability to capitalise and punish you on it because both players are fast and agility 4. So while I think the other two are relatively straightforward wins, this one has warning and a danger label slapped on the side of it. And you have to be careful. But I do think it's like a 60-40, 65-35 game. You should win it, but you might not. Whereas the two, I think you will.
I'm going. This is my banana skin, so I'm going 6 points.
Okay.
In fact, actually, for Trum, this would clearly be a game. If either of you've got good form, you could take it on the form for sure.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to be more positive because you should be positive. Yeah, I'm going to give myself a point on this game.
Okay, cool. Right, I've only got a few games left to predict, please.
Yep. So 7 points for me, I think. Right.
Who's next up?
Hugh, the mighty Hugh that did a number on me in the last game. I managed
You must
to
be
get
playing
a point off
dwarf
of
every game.
basically. So let's have a quick look at Hugh's squad again, because
Just going to check downstairs. I'll be right back, guys. 1 moment.
You're assuming that the league ends. No. Next season, last season, no way. So while you're loading the team up, there will not be only one more season of UKBBL in Blood Bowl 2.
what?
There won't be. So
There's going to be more than one.
yeah, you'll definitely have more than one because they've said publicly they will be early 2021.
Yeah. I took
now-
that as Q1 before the end of the financial year to get some sales.
Nah, this will be out somewhere between March and May, probably, and that's without any delays. And I think it'll be later than that. I really do think it'll be later than that. In fact, I think it'll time in with something that Blood Bowl that GW will release probably. So I think we just need to wait there. So March, April, May, and there's also why would the leagues? They won't necessarily flip because you will. If you've started a league, you'll finish it.
Yeah, that's true.
You won't stop. So you could count forward. Next season of UKBBL will start in a month's time because you've got the playoffs.
Yep.
No, maybe slightly longer than that. And then you're a 3-month cycle. You've got 2 more. You've got minimum 2 seasons, and I think you probably get 3.
Yeah. Now that's interesting.
That's what I think.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with your wisdom on that one. Hugh's team, Andy. Look, it's not an easy ride, is it, to take Human up to the Prem? So I give him my cap is off to Hugh.
I don't like this because I think it's bloaty as anything. Because at high team value, normally what you're aiming for is you're aiming for one of 2 focus points. You're either aiming to be the most deadly team in the division or the most elfy and I can score a 1-turny type team in the division. And this has gone, I have no interest in either of those metas. I shall go and do my own new meta, which is, I don't know.
That's a good time for me to return and interrupt. Interestingly,
Oh,
so on the
let
stats-
Davo finish. Let Davo
Go on,
finish.
go on. Okay, go on.
And yeah, Cornlight just says there in the chat that they're a hybrid team. You are right, they are a hybrid team of mess and no idea. That's what they've combined those two concepts and thrown them together and said, I don't know. No, I don't see how this works. I just don't. You've got no killer. If it had a piling on, Mighty Blow piling on, fine, but it doesn't. It doesn't have loads of guard. So you put this against Timka's team, Tim probably does all right. I mean, he should have done.
He got 1-1 out of me. 3 dice uphill. 3 dice uphill. And I was like, what? It's working. So, yeah, I cap off the queue. Love him.
I don't get it. I don't get how this team works. I do like the ogre. It's got block. That's great.
Yep.
It doesn't have loads of guard. It doesn't have high movement. I don't know what. What has this team got? Why is it doing well?
I want to extend it. So maybe not interrupting. Let's extend the thought, right? So in the stats last season, he was a showboat starts. So the points for dodges, throws, scores, and all the AG stuff. Basically, he led the division over Skaven and stuff. And this year, I'm actually saying that I don't know if he's top this season. I think he likes to move the ball. He really likes to. He likes to play. I think you said it. I think he likes to play his own game. And for me, this is not the human team I'd pick, but he does well with it, and he does different things. And I think Cornet's right. It kind of is. It isn't the Vashi killer. It isn't the most AG. It's just its own hybrid of stuff. And I think he's okay. His results are pretty good. You know, he's got some crazy score lines. So it's the Maverick team. It probably is the most Maverick team in the league.
He really is.
In the div.
He's our Top Gun pilot, isn't he? Hugh.
So I think it's good because he's moulded it. In fact, that I like Andy, Tim. He's moulded it in the team he wants. I don't get it, but
I'm
it's
sat here shaking my head. I'm just sat here, just slowly shaking my head, going, "What?
I love it. The Maverick, and he's done okay from it, you know. How many points has he got at the moment overall?
Yeah, loads of points. I reckon. I'll tell you what. It's too late to change in. I don't know. Maybe that's a BB3 feature, a hashtag. His team should play in yellow because they're all minions. He's got a team of banana skins. He's got loads of them.
So let's look at his schedule. Has he played his? No, he hasn't.
He's got MK Dwarf this season.
Oh, right. I just can't see him getting points off of Trum. That said, you know, Trum's down to 1600. Oh,
Right.
No, that plays into Trum's hands, I think.
Mm-hmm.
For me, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Juck, what do you think? Dwarf or human win this round?
I guess Trum. Yeah, don't tempt to draw. No, say Dwarf win that one.
Dwarf win.
So there's no points in week 9.
No
MV10?
points. MV10.
Ooh.
That's what I'm down to win, isn't it? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think we gave it to Tap. We gave Tap 9 points in the end, I think. So
MV10 is dwarves versus. Oh no, sorry, you're doing the. Yeah, we did give it to Tap. Yeah,
gave it to Tap, and then 11.
MD11.
Waldorf. What did we give in that match?
You both didn't agree, so I've got 2-0 win for the for Waldorf. You gave a 2-0 win for Waldorf, and Juck gave a 2-0 win for the Hugh.
The Hugh. Okay.
Yeah, in fact, certainly, if the Maverick curveball plays against Waldorf, who's also curveballing, I think I prefer the bigger curveball. The bigger bananas will do that one.
Unbelievable.
Hey, Tap.
Okay.
Hey, Tap.
Hey, Tap's here.
Join us talking about massive bananas and wangs.
And
very interesting.
Penciling in Tapestry for winning the whole of the bloody UKBBL this season.
So far, yeah.
Oh my god. Right, okay. Alright, so that's Hugh done. We've gone from 0 to 3 points, and we basically
I didn't write down what I said there, so what I said 3 for myself.
You got 3.
Although it sounds like Andy's.
I've got it all. Don't worry, it'll all come out.
It'll come out in the wash.
Right, there's a couple of scorelines I still need then. Yeah, I still need. So we need to do the dwarves next.
Yeah. Trum.
I have got all the match day 9 scorelines predicted now.
Have you?
See, Waldorf's
Yeah, you might just
put
put it all
that tap should be playoff material. I still don't even know what we've added up. I honestly don't know.
Don't worry.
And
I've
what
got
else.
Don't worry.
It'll be
I've got
revealed. It will be revealed in
Yeah.
a second. Yeah. So we penciled Trum in. Is there anything more that you want to say about his team, Andy?
I just think this next match day will be hard for him because he's -3 guard. If he can substitute it in with some inducements, then great. But the two runners are absolutely spectacular.
Yeah.
And I think you're underperforming this season, Trum. Like with this team, you should be doing better than you are.
Yeah.
Maybe he's doing what I would love to do with Hatton. Hatton needs an interception, and he has done everything in Blood Bowl. He's got every stat, and he's probably done he's done of Kaz. He just needs an int, and he's literally the full real McCoy. So good.
The weaknesses of this team, and I think there are two. The first is the two Troll Slayers are obviously bobbins because they've got no skills. He needs both of them to take Mighty Blow, then piling on, and then he can actually enforce stuff. And I say two weaknesses. It's that one. Fix the two Troll Slayers. So they need to score touchdowns, and he needs a bit more danger because he only got 4 base Mighty Blow. He's not going to get lots of removals, and that's going to prove a problem.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think Trum has been recycled quite a few times in his journey, particularly the Troll Slayers, as you can see. But yeah, that is something he needs to address pretty quick. So, with Trum's schedule, we had... I believe we penciled him in...
Caesars against humans.
You've done match day 9. We need to go to match day
10.
Hello, Emma.
Hey, Megatron. Megatron's here. So, Bosky. I think we predicted Bosky's results. I'm sure, in fact, we did. So when Andy's back, he can tell us. What do you think, Juck?
That's a win.
I think
that's a win for Bosky.
Win for Bosky.
No points in week 10.
And then, and then me, and you put him down for a loss against me. I've gone for a draw against me. So what are we looking at? 4 points, 4 to 6 points in his last 3 matches.
I just got 1, haven't I? Do I beat? So he beats Dwarf.
So
beats
2
Human.
points. Oh no, don't worry. I've got all this. You just need the predictions. It'll take me. I'll need 5 minutes of just quietness, but then I'll have it all nailed for you. We've got most of the predictions done now. I think
we 5 minutes of quietness.
I'm missing 2 predictions 2 results in match day 11, please.
Okay.
So Black Metal Cultists versus the Yellow Tooth Oryx. I need that result from everyone.
Yep.
What do you guys think on that one?
Well, we're now down onto Hordemaster's team, so should we have a quick look at them?
Yeah, quick. Yeah, open them up.
So we can cover everybody. Now, it's kind of a classic.
It's not enough, is it?
No, I mean it's got the bare bones. Well, not the bare bones, but a bit more than that. It's got some great emerging star players, I would say, in his squad. But it just doesn't have enough skills. It just doesn't. It needs more guard, needs more Mighty Blow, needs to kill more. And that's no kind of nothing to say negatively about Hordemeister. It's just his team has either been through the mill once or twice, or he's been a victim of being promoted kind of quite quickly.
Yeah. In fact, you know what? As a slight tangent, they're right in chat as well. We want Gruff. Load up Gruff's team for us, Tim, in the window. And Andy. So if you had, let's go for something like 10. If you had 10 skills with Nurgle, right? It's a league format, but something like 10 or 12 skills, right? What do you pick as your first? Well, not first, but the essential 10 or 12 to get the team going. Because I think poor old Hordemaster for me don't have it, but Gruffs do. Gruff his team is
Oh,
looking much more
so
like
you
it.
think how would you build a rookie Nurgle team, or how would I take Hordemaster's team forward from here?
How do you take?
Let's
No,
go.
no.
The context is you're playing in a league format. You're playing against teams of all value, and you've got, I don't know, 10 to sort of 13, 14 skills to distribute.
Juck, we're running out of time, so let's
Okay.
stick to Hordmeister.
Well, all right.
You know, let's keep it focused. How would you develop Hordmeister's team, Andy?
You need to get block on number 6 straight away. He's got a ball carrier, which is number 7, but I wouldn't take him as a ball carrier. I'd turn him into a ball hawk. So you're looking for a double for leap, and then wrestle tackle.
Yeah.
And I would literally go wrestle tackle and hope for leap at any stage, and they'd be amazing. And I'd build number 8 into a ball carrier. At any stage I can score on a warrior. Ever I score on a warrior apart from number 2. And the beast should get to guard, and when he gets to guard, that's great. So it's developing the warriors. Focus developing the warriors. If you want one sentence.
Absolutely. Good advice there, I would say. So with the final games that he's got,
he's not done well from the predictions so far.
So yeah, so we put him down as a loss in match day 9.
Yep.
All of us. Then Tales from the Crib, and I think we gave that one to the Skaven, didn't we?
Just checking. What's the team name again?
Tales from the Crib.
Oh yeah,
Skaven.
Tales from the Crib.
Yeah.
All three of us said he's going to get loose in that game as well.
Yeah,
And match
all the
day
one
11.
AG.
I don't have a prediction for him in match day 11.
And he's playing Ant-Man. Oh, and the Orcs. You know what? I'm going to give that one to Ant-Man. For me.
Okay.
Yeah, I think for me, what I was fishing at from Andrew was I think you want block and guard on all your warriors. Until you got block guard on your warriors and maybe a pesty with something like block and mighty blow, I just don't see the team.
So what result would you give him?
Got to be Orc win. 2-0 Orc win.
2-0 Orc win. Great. Okay, so we're not giving Hordemeister any points. Ooh.
Sorry.
That's
Again,
rough.
not great for the relegation
rough.
battle.
And that kind of brings us on to the mighty MC Hammer. Oh
no, we got Gruff as well. I think we've done his games. If you load him up.
Oh, did we not do Gruff?
No,
I'm sorry, Gruff. Oh God.
We need Gruff.
Gruff.
I need Gruff, please.
Gruff.
We've got his 3 matchups though.
Gruff. Really sorry about that, dude. As you're here, I love this squad. What do you think, Andy? You're not happy about this squad. I like it.
I'm not. It's loads better than the other one. Loads better.
Yeah.
But is it a Premiership Nurgle team? No. He's clearly had number 5 warrior die, and if that warrior was in, that would give you a very solid warrior pack. The other thing he's absolutely missing, and I think it absolutely is crippling, is he doesn't have a killer Pestigore. And really, you want to run 2 killer Pestigores.
Yeah.
So one pylon in turn 1, one pylon in turn 2, and then you just swap them all the way through. So, yeah, if I was Tapestry, for example, or if I was Waldorf, I'd look at this and go, oh, it's a bit dangerous. No, what's supposed to happen is you go, oh, for God's sake, have I really got to play that? That's the reaction you should be getting when you're playing Nurgle.
Yeah.
And it's not. So is it good? No. It's all right. It's like a work in progress. You can't criticize it for being where it is, but it's not. His league position is a clear reflection of why that team is in the position it's in.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's lost his killers in chat.
Yeah.
He's had 3. Yeah. I guess that's just the thing with league, isn't it? Yeah, I suppose if you got some key component of your team that is missing, then in fairness, that is going to be it's a bit of a tough gig to be. So I thought this team was capable of winning it this season. I genuinely thought they'd be a top contender. But yeah, missing the killers, just a nightmare.
This is a mid-table team, and what I do like about it is number 10 Pestigore. That's brilliant.
It's such a good player, isn't it?
That is amazing. So he's got. I think this team should be mid-table. I can't believe Gruff, you've underperformed. If you're in bottom of the table, you are underperforming. This is a mid-table team.
It's definitely a grow for next season team, though, isn't it? You think you're only a couple of. I mean, literally that Pestigore. I mean, I hate going Mighty Blow first. It's awful, but that Pesty,
Yeah,
the
Mighty
new
Blow.
one, probably would go Mighty Blow. Then you go back to block, and then you're rocking. You know,
Yeah. Or
you're
block.
backing
You could do block, so he's only useful because in league teams you need to be useful and you need to pull your weight because he's not going to get to do the blitzing. So there's no point putting Mighty Blow on him. But block Mighty Blow, he then would get some blitzes. So block Mighty Blow, claw, blah
Done.
blah blah.
Done. So we missing a result for Gruster.
Yeah, I need a result for match day 11, please.
That must be the last
bottom-
team we've
bottom
not looked
game.
at as well. Then,
Zeman
probably.
Force versus Bottom Dwellers. Who's Zeman Force?
That's Bosky.
Oh,
Bosky. I think we might have penciled in Bosky's result, didn't we? Because he was first.
see,
I
I think Gruff has him. I think in this match day.
Possibly.
Ooh.
I think he does. I think he has him. Not by much, but I think he has him.
I wish I'd wrote down what I said. Oh no, I have got Bosky 5 points. No, I've got it as a draw, haven't I? I'll stick with that. I think that's
Yeah.
right. I think it's a
Tim?
point.
I'm going to go with Gruff. I'm going to give Gruff 3 points here. And yeah, I think this is Bosky's banana skin.
Yeah. I
Yep.
don't think it does well. All right.
Ooh.
Okay. Well,
All
I've
right.
got predictions for all three of us for all the remaining match days.
Can we just quickly touch on MC Hammer's team? Just because you've got to give a shout out to the guy that's
Hammer.
really been through the mill.
While you're doing that, I'll add up the scores.
Yeah. So, all right,
Yep.
Juck,
Do the stato thing. Right.
like,
Let's do the.
I mean, where do you go with this team? Would you restart? I guess that's the question. Would you just say
I think
nah, I'm done?
In fact, my team isn't far off that at the moment. I feel your pain. Feel your pain, Max. I think if you're in Div 3, MC. Yeah, I think in Div 3, I would play on, not a problem. Div 2, it would be such a nightmare. You got so much work to do. Oh, don't know. And I think if you love if you love the aesthetic of the team in Div 2 with this team, I would keep it. But I think Prem, it's just too much. It's just too painful because you're going to be 2 or 3 seasons rebuilding. You know, you're going to be floating around Div 2. Oh, it's painful. But I don't think you're going to have a fun season when you go down. I don't know. Maybe I've not given enough props. In fact, I probably haven't. I haven't respected enough players that have actually been down and leveled and come back because that's actually harder. That's harder than just going up. Sick. I guess what's he got? So he's got 2 good golems. That's cool.
Yep.
I mean, the whites only really need guard to be passable. And he's got a wear that's sort of functional. So I don't know. I suppose it's not impossible to do anything with.
It's not impossible, but it's seriously difficult.
It's a lot needed, isn't there?
Yeah.
You need 2 by. He's got no goals either. Oh no! So he's got 4. He's got 4 players to buy. Oh, I think it's a for me it's probably a no-brainer. I think when I went down to just 1 white or something, be like, man, this team's shag. No whites, no ghouls. Sometimes it's only missed.
I really feel for MC because he had such a solid season last season where he kept himself in it, and I've got a feeling I played him first and might have done like an injury or something like that on something decent, and then it was just the wheels kind of fell off, and the dice have clearly gone against him, and that's just Nuffle. I hate to lose him out of the Prem West, but if I was in his position right now, I'd be like, you know what, I'm going to have some fun in the final few seasons. Going into Alt West, Alt East it would be. You're in there at the moment, and it's like a meat grinder down there, isn't it? Like
it is actually.
And I don't think I'll enjoy a whole season of just going through this again. So I'd probably throw in the towel, unfortunately. But MC could be a much braver man than me.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose you've got to think about challenges in the game as well.
Absolutely.
If you want to, I don't know, winning it's one thing, but maybe even staying up with this team in the next season is probably quite a good achievement.
Very,
to
very
do that.
interesting challenge to take on. Definitely in the last couple of seasons, it's a real,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we're done with all the results. I don't think it's looking great for MC Hammer. Either way, I don't know. Can we bring Davo back in? Have you?
He's adding up the points.
You see, is he not finished yet?
He's probably working out how many times we've contradicted ourselves. Well, this team's going to smash it 4-1.
But overall,
actually, Tap's brought up the very interesting point of where we started. Do you know what, Tap? I think so. My predictions at the start of the season, I think all I had so tight is I'm having that for a point. Because it is freaking tight. I think Waldorf, I thought, was going to be the team that would struggle to stay up. That was the one team that I thought was basically in
don't think
relegation.
Waldorf is happy with us for saying that, because he just turned everybody over, including me.
I know.
So yeah, we're never going to say that somebody else is going to go down again, because I'll suffer for it.
I've painted something ready for this. I'll share that in a way. What were the other predictions? I thought the top teams were Bane. I think there's 4. I said there was Bane,
Bosky, Ant-Man.
Yeah, Bane, Bosky, Ant-Man, and Timka and Gruff. So I think Max is over probably the position I'm in. But saying that, Timka, I guess he's a teeny bit off pace.
Yeah.
Gruff is definitely off pace. So I don't know. I've probably got about 3 out of 5 predictions looking at it, but so much to play for.
And I don't know if
there's even a conclusion to be had this week, to be honest.
I know, it's all conjecture, isn't it? And I think that's it's a lot to be said about the Prem West. Like, first off, every coach that I've played has been an absolute star in chat. They've been great people to play against. Good coaches, great standard of coaches here, and it's been really fun this season. And I think like the results where we've landed kind of show that, and the fact that it's still so tight, like going in from match day 8 to match day 9, it says so much. It does say so much about this division. So it's been brilliant to admin as well, hasn't it? If one of us could keep up to date with the match day threads and not post something that is inconsistent, Juck, with the formatting. But it's a good crowd with.
Well, it has been. It's been such a good crack. Yeah, I've made my team. I'm building a team. Well, I've been painting them. For my next tabletop, I definitely, if everyone's happy, I definitely want to call them after the Prem West players. Like, every man is a Prem West son. If it works, I think that's right. I've got the URL. So there was a bet between Waldorf and
yes.
Spain. I can't even remember where it come up. But
no, it's Waldorf. Waldorf made it, wasn't it?
Week 5, maybe week 4. This come up, and there's figures at stake. I think Andy would be quite surprised. People have been talking about betting their cars on the results of this division.
Yeah, I think that was a great bit of fluff Waldorf added in. I think it was like if you could bet a star player, and the winner would have to buy the other person that star player, and it was around Waldorf staying up basically. And it looks like, well, certainly, I think Bane took him up on it. Was it Bane? I'm pretty sure.
Bane,
it looks like Bane's going to be 20 quid out of pocket.
Yeah, my team, my name is definitely 20. Someone's losing 20 quid.
Yeah.
I'm going to name my team, and it looks like the troll is now the loser as well. So the winner gets a star player, and the loser has 20 quid out of pocket, and unfortunately is going to be my really stupid troll. It's double stakes.
So is Andy? Are you there yet?
Brilliant fun. The troll could well be Bane. I imagine Andy's wisely muted. He was looking for 5 minutes.
Oh, sorry, I'm muted. This is going to take a few minutes to do.
All right, no worries.
I think I've got the base formulas in, and if this works, I can just drag it down. If this works.
Oh, and obviously for the new players that follow Andy, if there are new people, this is proof that there is obviously dice hacks in Blood Bowl. It's not RNG. Andy doesn't know anything about maths at all. He's just very good at loading the log, which is completely true.
Whilst Andy's doing that, I am going to load up Waldorf's game from turn 12, I believe it is, because what happened there?
Image rights, sure thing. Oh, brilliant. Copyrighted miniatures. Yeah, so I've named Trum. Trum's up for being in the team. So Trum has been named in. I'll put it in chat. I'll put my
Are you going to go with Trum's full name though? Because
yes,
obviously,
yeah, I've done all of
okay,
it. Yeah.
well,
In fact, the photo. Yeah. Wonder if I can.
Ooh. All right,
the thing.
I've got this. I'll have to double check it, but if my formulas are correct,
Oh, don't worry, Andy. It'd be better if you've got it wrong anyway. There'd be more fun.
all right. Juck. Right.
Thank you very much. Oh, sorry. Just a quick thank you. Thank you everyone that's turned up, and apologies. I was intending to do lots of streams this season, and my computer has died. So, Tim and Andy have saved us. But to you, Andy, the results.
The results are in. Okay, so if I've got my formulas correct, and I haven't double checked them, so this is before I publish it, I will check. But I've got Morbid Initiation winning the division. I've got number 1 finishing second, and I've got Zeman Force third, with a joint fourth, Tales from the Crib and Avalon Arrows. Timka has a joint divisional winner of Morbid Initiation and Zeman Force, with Timka finishing third, and another couple of teams, which is Tales from the Crib and Avalon Arrows being the next 2 teams down. Juck has an outright winner as Zeman Force, and then can't decide who's going to win the second. There are 4 teams, which is number 1's Morbid Initiation, Avalon Arrows, and Tales from the Crib, and I didn't do the goal difference.
No, don't.
So I'm not doing that. At the other end of the division, has it bottom 3 go down?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, bottom 3 are no surprises, and all 3 of us have got Bloodwise and Multi-Ball finishing bottom. And in all cases, Black Metal Cultists finish second bottom, except I think they're going to pick up a point. You 2 don't. At that point, we've got Cheltonian Caesars from me and Timka finish third bottom. Juck's like, nah, they'll do really well. And they're actually chasing a playoff place. If what we do all agree, though, is bottom dwellers, 11 points, and 12 points. That is the most consistent third place finish. So it's very likely. Is that Gruff?
Yeah, that's Gruff.
Yeah, Gruff.
Yeah. And Marahak Cardinals avoid relegation in all instances and stay up.
Holy shit! Baines lost a lot of stuff. Blimey.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
Teams we couldn't get a decent result on. Cheltonian Caesars have got a 6-point swing between the 3 of us. MK Dorfs have got no points swing between us. Other teams that have got a big swing. Number 1s we couldn't get that points agreement there, and we couldn't get a Zeman Force points agreement. So there are teams which we think are going to go different.
Yeah. I can't wait to hear what everybody else thinks about this in the division. Can we get that spreadsheet and so I can post it up on the forums? Can you send that over to me and I'll do that after?
You'd be wrong though. I'd like an inconsistency anyway though. It'd be
Yeah.
brilliant.
Definitely.
If I can get the formulas to work, I might be able to post it so you can type your own results in, and then you can see what you think.
That'd be amazing. Look, well, on that bombshell, I think it's probably a good time to let our esteemed colleague go, Davo, and draw the stream to a close.
Yeah, congratulations, Tap. You're going to win the division.
Tap for the title this season, then, I think is what we're saying. Wow. And he's got 8 players. Right. Okay. Right. Cheers, gents, and cheers, everybody else. I think we'll stop it there.
Thank you. Bye.